Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to the hashtag LockBoss show and giveaway. And I tell you what, super pumped to be here with you, in particularly because we are starting LockBoss season 4. So first and foremost, welcome. I'm excited to be here with you, and welcome to Studio 3.0. Okay, welcome to Studio 3.0. So I'm sure as things get going, I'll be showing you around and everything. It was definitely quite the process over the past, since last Tuesday, actually. And as I can see, I actually have some stuff sitting on the bench right there that I should have removed for the photo, but or for the video today. But man, I tell you what, excited to be here. I'm gonna kind of get out of your way here and kind of show you a little bit. There you go. Pretty cool, of course. Over the next while, we'll get a whole bunch of new stuff on it. And yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Now, as you can see, one thing I am not short of at all is toolboxes, right? I got drawers all the way down for days. But yeah, Studio 3.0 for season 4.0. I probably should have timed those a little bit better, but hey. But anyways, yeah, so I'm really excited to dive in with you today. First and foremost, so one thing that is not changing today is this, the Topo Chico. I tell you what, cheers to all you out there drinking a Topo or your favorite beverage of choice. How about that? Cheers. Yummy. But I tell you what, speaking of, so yeah, is what we ended up doing was after Christmas, New Year's. Oh, first of all, Happy New Year. Happy 2026. Happy to be here with you into the new year. But yeah, so it's pretty much on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and all weekend. Thankfully, my couple of my kids, my wife actually helped. She came in. Let me see if I can move this without causing too many problems. You can see the wall back there is black all the way around. You can see some LEDs, in there as well. You might be wondering, PJ, where is the sign? Well, it's going to be a minute, but when you see it, you'll know why. All right. When you see it, you'll know why. But yeah, really thankful for my wife and kids for coming in and helping me all day Saturday and Sunday, and excited to get it done. I even had the Lockfather stop by. When was it? Saturday. Actually came in and helped me actually hang up some of these boards here, which is cool. So yes. Now, of course, if you are watching, you are welcome to join us in the after party, which happens in our friend, the one and only Jimmy J, Iowa Lock Docs Discord. So you're going to see a link here in a minute, and click on it, join. You can come hang out with us. Remember, if you're watching, you're welcome. We have a lot of fun on the in the after party. It's so awesome to get to know everybody. Even the Discord is so active now with all sorts of stuff, and lots of good talk about all sorts of different things. Pretty cool. Oh, hey, I have to give a quick shout out to our friend Newhouse Lock and Key. Guys, hey, if you have not already, make sure you go over there and subscribe to his channel if you like lock picking and that sort of thing. And Taylor, I have to tell you, man, those rewind picks have been a huge hit. So thank you not only for that design, but for allowing us to sell those things. Really cool. Really cool. So thank you for that. But all right, let's see here. Yeah, Jimmy says, try to match your Discord handle with your YouTube handle, please. And yes, we'll have a little fun. Of course, in the after party, yeah, use your same handle. You come hang out. I'll of course be there after a little bit. And yes. All right. Well, hey, let's go ahead and let's get into it. All right. Lock Boss season 4, of course. We're going to talk about it for a little bit. We're going to go over it, how it works. And then we're going to get on to key grooves. And in this particular case, we're going to be talking about fake ones, fake key grooves. I'm telling you. All right. So, oh no, here, hold on. There we go. All right, so Lock Boss season 4.0. Now, before I get started and we dive in, I want you to check this out. This is from our friend Mike, who sent this photo in. Check out what he put on. So, of course, you got the SFIC cutaway. Pretty cool. And you can see the stamps he did. So he put a hashtag LockBoss on, and then he put the core, to the core, right there on the other one. Pretty cool stuff. Mike, thanks for sending that in. And the cutaways are pretty cool. You know, someone, who was it in the Discord the other day, was talking about using the machine they were using was not cutting SFIC keys properly, or they're having some difficulties, and they were going to use the cutaway to diagnose the problem, which I thought was pretty awesome. Okay. What a great use of the cutaway. You know, of course, picking, all that kind of stuff is fun, but that's also a really great one. But all right, so let's talk about Lock Boss season 4. Here it goes. So each week will be a new episode, episode 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, etc., similar to season 3. Drop Lock Boss in the chat during this live show to enter. Winners will be picked live at the end of the show using the hashtag picker. Every episode, there'll be different prizes, different guests, different games. And I tell you what, everything for the most part will vary each week, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. Now, let me show you this right here. This is the live Lock Boss entries. So we have 17 now. All you have to do is add in. We have 19 now. Add in hashtag Lock Boss into the chat. And it's one entry per person. Okay, that's how it works. The technology does that all. We don't have to worry about that. Okay, so that's how it works. We're up to 26. That went up pretty quick there. So go ahead and add that in there. And this is how it works, okay? Today, this is what we're doing, okay? I'm starting fairly simple, okay? Starting fairly simple because, well, there's a lot going to be changing, and I don't want to fail too often in front of you all because, yeah, I don't want to. But, all right, this is what today we're going to be giving away. Are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go. We're going to choose today. 7 Lock Boss winners will win each $100 credit. All right. So you're going to put it in there, and 7 people are going to, here just a little bit at the end of today's show, we're going to give away $700 credits. So that's $700 total. We're going to be giving out, and this is just, and we're just getting started. Okay. There's gonna be a lot of other stuff we're going to be doing and a lot of extra fun. All right. But so this is how it works. Every episode, different prizes, guests, games, plus bonus giveaways, maybe throughout every show. Maybe not. Okay. It's going to be very, very interactive and a lot of fun, really. And I really hope that you all enjoy and have as much fun as I do as we get going, especially some of the stuff we have planned in the coming weeks. I really, really hope that you enjoy it. And once again, right, one of the biggest things for us is that if you work with locks and keys, you like them, it's kind of your thing like it is for us, we want to hook you up. We want to hook you up with the knowledge. We want to hook you up with the motivation if possible. And of course, we want you to be able to add to your arsenal of supplies or tools to help you be the lock boss that you've always wanted to be. All right. So I don't think, no, the punctuation, I don't think matters. Just in case, put a capital L on there. Okay. I need to, as a matter of fact, Lily and I were kind of testing this out beforehand. And as what we realized, I couldn't really do it without it being live. So we're kind of just going with it as we go here. But anyways, that's how it works. So make sure you put in hashtag LockBoss. 7 winners will be chosen here in just a little bit live. Okay. Now, of course, oops. How to win. I've already went over it, but let me do it again. Drop hashtag LockBoss during this live show to enter. Winners picked live at the end of each using a hashtag picker, which is what I was just showing you. All right. So drop it in right now. 7 people are going to be walking away with a $100 coupon. There's 49 now. So it's getting up there, but still that's awesome. I mean, what is that? Almost, can't do the math. 20% of you at the moment or so. I don't know. It's pretty good if you ask me. But all right. Now let's get on to today's topic and have a little bit of fun while we do it. All right. And so what I want to talk about today is fake key grooves. Now, a lot of times when it comes to grooves on a key, they can be very important. The interesting thing about that is they can also not be important. And that's something that I want you to consider when you're trying to make a key for something or a customer brings things in. Of course, using identikey will help get you there, hopefully quickly and accurately right away. But there's going to be situations where it's not necessarily the case. And I think you knowing this can be very helpful. So let's kind of get into it. So we're talking about fake key grooves, and we're going to do a little case study today on the ARE Tannue cover keys. All right. So if you look in the picture here, you're going to see it's an actual StratTech key, and you're going to see a code on it. You can see the arrow pointed to it, and the arrow shows that the code is a 0009. And by looking at that key in the photo, you can see that as a nice big old groove right down the top. And you're right, ARE truck tops. All right, so you can see the code is a 0009. You can see that StratTech key, all of the fun stuff right there. Now check this out. When I put the code into generic code, this is what pops up. Okay, you can see that 0009 code, and you look under the blanks, and you're going to see 2 different blanks. You're going to see the StratTech, which you just saw in that picture a second ago, the 322861, and then you're going to also see the ILCO 1660. Okay, so everything going on so far so good. But then when we look at the ILCO key, it looks like this, right? Where's that big groove? Where is that big groove? All right. Well, that brings me to my next point here. All right. Let me take a sip of Topo. Here's one of the locks right here. As you can see, here is the StratTech 322861. I think what is it? Yeah, 322861. You can see them right here. All right, here's the keys. We had a couple open, so I took them out. And then Right here, you can see is the ILCO 1660. Now, it can be very confusing in a lot of ways that when you look at the Genericode screen and you see it calls for these two keys, well, there is a difference, right? A big groove difference. And that's really what I want to get at today with these truck top keys, all right? And of course, here's a cylinder. Here is the 1660, all right? That goes in. And here's the other one. I haven't even tried this before the live, so I'm actually a little scared, but yeah, there you go. And there's the Stratec one. All right, so they both go in here. So essentially, when you look at this Stratec key, this groove right here, it's fake. All right, it's absolutely fake. And it's kind of a weird thing. I would actually love to know why the key has the groove, you know? And I'm also a little curious why ILCO, when they made their own version of this key, they didn't put the groove in there. I would have never, in this case, realized, okay, what's going on here without the groove. So if you find yourself need to make a key for an ARE Tannue cover based on if you buy the ILCO or the Stratec version, they're going to be a little different. And more importantly, your customer key might look different than the one you pull off yourself. Now, I want you to think about this for a minute. This is why it's important. Let's say maybe it's the Lockfather's Lock Shop. Someone brings in their Tannue cover key. Maybe they bring in a quick set key, and then they bring in, and this key's on it too, and they want one of each. I don't know. Could happen. If that happens, and they go looking through their wall, and they're just looking at the keys, and they didn't use identikey, or maybe they used identikey, and it brings up this ILCO key, what do? Do you tell the customer you don't have it? I don't know. And that's kind of the point that I want to discuss here. And the bigger picture here is that if you don't know this, you might tell the customer you don't have it. Maybe you'll spend more on the Stratec keys. They're, I believe, a considerable amount more than the ILCO ones. So you could be spending extra money for nothing. But this is my question for you. How many other locks are out there that you think the groove matters, but it doesn't? How many? I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I do know this one, though. I do know this one. So the lesson, if you haven't watched this video, and someone brings in this Stratec key, and you see this ILCO one hanging on the wall, are you turning them down? What are you doing? Are you trying it in the lock? So next time you come across a random key that looks similar, maybe you just put, a little tension wrench in there, and you grab your flashlight, or in Adrian Bozeman Vibes Holly's terms, you grab your light, and you just look down there in that keyway, and you see exactly what's going on. It might help you out when you're looking for the right key. Don't be afraid to experiment and look around a little bit. So anyways, I hope this was helpful with the ARE and kind of open your eyes. It's kind of bizarre to me, honestly. Even on it, like, I didn't even test this before I did this video, honestly. So I'm like, oh boy. But yeah, no. It's how essentially all of them are. I've never seen one a different way. So just keep that in mind as you're doing that lock and key work out there. All right. Yes, Ropa. For the record, identikey can tell the difference. All right. Identikey can tell the difference. And as a matter of fact, if you put either one of these in, or if you put this in, you should get the Stratec and you should get the ILCO versions. But without knowing this information, honestly, and you put this key in, okay, and it pulled up the ILCO 1660, would you think identikey is right or not? That's a good question. I think that's a good question to ask. But I might not even, to be honest, if I didn't know this. So anyways, keep this in mind, especially on these are, pretty good locks, I would say, overall. But a lot of the utility type locks, you might find some fake grooves. And even in some of the comments here, it really makes me want to try to put what will go into an H75 key. I don't know. Maybe one of you should experiment and only unless just don't mess anything up. All right. But yes, and make sure you're checking those grooves inside there. Okay, make sure you're checking those. But anyways, all right. So that's really what I have for you today as we get going. Let's go. Let's check on the hashtag checker and let's see what we got going on here. Oops, wrong screen. Sorry. What are we doing? There we go. All right, we got 54 entries now. All right, so we got 54 entries. I saw some of you guys commenting on my public school math, Idaho public school, guilty as charged on that. All right. Guilty as charged. All right, so here we go. We're going to announce the winners here in just a few minutes, but I really want to make sure we all get on the same page, and I also get a couple more swigs of topo. I've been talking too much. All right, so how Lock Boss Season 4 works. If you're new and you just showed up and you weren't here at the beginning, let me hook you up here. This is how Lock Boss Season 4 is going to work. Each week is a new episode. It's going to be Lock Boss. This is Lock Boss Season 4.0. Next week will be Lock Boss 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, etc. Drop the hashtag LockBoss in the chat during this live show. If you have not entered, you probably should. Go ahead and pop the hashtag LockBoss in right now to be entered to win. Winners will be picked live at the end of the show here in just a few moments. We're going to pop it on and we're going to select them. All right. Every episode, we're going to be going over different prizes, different guests, different games, all of that fun stuff. Plus, we will be doing random bonus giveaways throughout the show in the coming weeks. I think you're really, really going to like that. We got a lot of good stuff in store. So right now, if you just tuned in and you're watching, you're hanging out, you're checking it out, you're chatting with your fellow lock bosses, well, make sure you also include the hashtag LockBoss in the chat right now to enter today's giveaway. All right. That is how it works. And of course, here in just a minute, we're going to pick 7 winners and you're going to all 7 get the $100 store credits. We can hook you up so you can either buy tools, you can buy supplies, stuff that'll help you grow your business. All right. And of course, last but not least, if you win, if your username was called, you're going to want to email us at sales@CLK Supplies, and we will get you your coupon code. That's how it works. Now, I had to bring in, I'm having Julio sit this week out. All right. A lot of new stuff going on. And I don't know. I told Julio to sit this one out. Julio, next week, you can start coming back. All right. You can start coming back. And with that being said, I think it's time to pick the 7 winners for this week's Lock Boss Opening Season 4.0. Are you ready? I'm ready. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Let's add to the stream. Let me get it put up there. All right, we got 57 people going on here. All right, I've actually never done this before, so I'm honestly hoping it goes good. Okay. So just give me a little grace if something goes wacky here. We weren't able to here we go. All right. Are you ready? Here we go. Winner number 1, drum roll please, is Iceman 0003. How about that? Congratulations, Iceman 0003. Here we go. Winner number 2 is JD Perry. Very, very nice. Congratulations. Winner number 3 is Bill Gray 7914. Congratulations. Winner number 4 is oh, hey, the one and only Adrian Bozeman Vibes Holly. I like it. Okay, winner number 5. It's funny, you can see us in there. Zoeth Cat. Sorry if I didn't say that right. Zoe the cat. Okay, there we go. There we go. Congratulations. All right, winner number 6 is FTRV Denny. Congratulations. And last but not least, here we go. Winner number 7 this week is Depot Locksmith. How about that? Well, hey, congratulations for all of you who have won today in opening season 4 of the Lock Boss giveaway. Pretty cool, I tell you. All right, so if your username was just called, first of all, congratulations. Looking forward to seeing what you get with those $100 credits. Of course, be sure to email us what you ended up getting. It's always fun to share it with everybody, if you know what I mean. It's always fun to show the photos, what you got. I'm always very curious as well. Like, what did you get? I don't know. You'll have to share it with us. All right? Make sure you share it with us. But make sure you email us, sales@clksupplies.com, and we will get your coupon code to you. All right. So, yeah, that is it. That is the first show of Lock Boss Season 4. Excited to really get it pumped up, and we got a lot of things going in the coming weeks. And I'm really happy to be here with you all. Well, I tell you what, I hope your new year is starting off well and things are going good. Hopefully you want to come hang out with us in the Lock Boss after party. All right. That's going to be in Jimmy J's Discord. Look in the description, or excuse me, not in the description. Look in the comments for a link. You can come hang out. If you're watching, you're welcome. All right. Come hang out. Chill with us, get to know each other. We talk just about everything. All right. Just about everything from F1 to, of course, locksmithing, lock picking, all sorts of good questions. And by the way, one of the cool things that we didn't even plan on happening is that or at least I didn't, Jimmy J probably did, but, in just the Discord, the different comments and questions and tips and advice that is given out each week is truly awesome. And it's really full of very kind and caring people who are nice to each other and are really encouraging to one another as well. So first of all, I'm very proud to be a part of that. And the overall vibes and sentiment in there is pretty cool. So make sure if you want to check it out, you can. Now, I will be joining in a little bit. I actually need to make a phone call here in a few minutes before the end of the day, and then I'll be headed over there soon. So with that being said, guys, it's been a lot of fun hanging with you. Looking forward to next week and all the stuff that comes with that. And yeah, anyways, Thanks for being here. Congrats to the winners. And we'll see you in the videos throughout the week, and the same place, same time next week. And hopefully I won't have some random stuff sitting on there. That drives me nuts, to be honest. Little OCD going on. But anyways, all right, guys. Hey, y'all take care. Of course, I'll leave you with some new tunes for now. Some new tunes.